Hey guys, I'm your host Bruce and welcome back to our channel. Strap on your headset, let's dive headfirst into a world where dragons are real, galaxies are yours to explore, and gravity-defying stunts are just another Tuesday. Well, today, we're bringing you 25 perfect single-player VR games that are experiences that'll leave your jaw on the floor and your heart racing faster than a rocket ship in No Man's Sky VR. From action-packed adventures to heartwarming stories that tug at your soul, these games are certified 10 out of 10 gems you simply can't miss. Oh, and before we jump in, hit that like button, subscribe for more epic gaming content, and drop a comment below to let us know which VR adventure has your name written all over it. Let's go!
I have found no meaning to this struggle. But when the end comes for you...
Skydance's Behemoth. Imagine stepping into a brutal, desolate world where survival feels like a daily achievement, and towering, hulking beasts, yes, the behemoths, would like nothing more than to crush you into yesterday's news. That's Skydance's Behemoth, a VR experience that takes the grim vibes of Shadow of the Colossus, adds a sprinkle of Dark Souls-level intensity, and lets you loose in a gritty world that's equal parts haunting and beautiful. The story plunges you into a fallen society ravaged by a strange plague, where massive behemoths now dominate the lands. You play as a lone wanderer, using both brawn and brains to navigate the wilds while piecing together the mysteries of this shattered world. Combat? Oh, it's brutal. Every swing of your axe feels visceral as you calculate your strikes, dodge at the last second, and pray your timing isn't as bad as your Wi-Fi on a stormy day. Exploration is equally rewarding, with ruined landscapes that feel alive with tension and secrets just waiting to be uncovered. The world reacts to your every move, and the sheer scale of the behemoths makes you feel puny in the most exhilarating way possible. The tactile combat mechanics use VR to their fullest, with every weapon swing and shield block demanding precision. Skydance Studios clearly poured their hearts into this gem, delivering a near-perfect blend of storytelling and gameplay.
Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now!
Half-Life Alyx. If VR gaming had a poster child, it'd be Half-Life Alyx. Valve didn't just drop a prequel to the legendary Half-Life series. They redefined what a VR experience could be. This game is a love letter to fans and a mic drop moment for anyone doubting VR as a legitimate platform for storytelling and gameplay. Set 5 years before the events of Half-Life 2, you play as Alyx Vance, humanity's last hope against the Combine, a ruthless alien force. The story unfolds as you search for a secret weapon that could tip the scales of war. The narrative is gripping, packed with twists, humor, and the kind of tension that keeps your heart racing. Gameplay-wise, it's a masterclass. From rummaging through debris for ammo to engaging in shootouts that make you instinctively duck behind cover, every moment feels real. The gravity gloves? Absolute game changers. These babies let you yank items toward you with a flick of your wrist, no more bending down like a peasant. Puzzles, exploration, and combat blend seamlessly, keeping the pacing pitch perfect. Alyx's journey is one you'll want to savor solo, soaking in the atmosphere and sheer brilliance of Valve's design.
What the hell is going on?
Evidence of sabotage.
Alien Rogue Incursion VR. Step into the chilling, claustrophobic world of Alien Rogue Incursion VR, where survival means staying one step ahead of the galaxy's deadliest predator. This game brings the pulse-pounding terror of the Alien franchise into VR, crafting an experience that will leave your heart racing and your nerves frayed in the best possible way. The story puts you in the boots of a marooned Marine on a rogue Weyland-Yutani facility, because nothing good ever happens in those, right? Of course, this isn't a tropical vacation. You're stuck with malfunctioning systems, shady experiments, and, oh yeah, a xenomorph prowling the halls. As you uncover the dark secrets behind the facility's experiments, your main goal is simple: survive. Easier said than done. You'll be ducking into lockers, crawling through vents, and holding your breath as the xenomorph's hiss echoes down the halls. Every tool you find, from motion trackers to flamethrowers, feels precious. Ammo? Scarcer than a good day on LV-426. The game brilliantly ramps up the tension, forcing you to make every decision count. Hiding under a table as it stalks past, your virtual heart pounding, is something flat-screen gaming could never match. It's a masterclass in VR horror, perfectly tailored for solo players who want to test their nerves.
I need to go after their bodies arranged in some sort of ritual. Sometimes we need to become the thing we fear.
Metro Awakening. Imagine being thrust into the shadowy ruins of a post-apocalyptic Moscow, where the air is poison, danger lurks around every corner, and the surface world feels as alien as another planet. Metro Awakening is a VR marvel that takes everything fans loved about the Metro series and turns it into an immersive solo journey that's as thrilling as it is nerve-wracking. You play as a lone survivor navigating the dark, echoing tunnels of the Metro system while unraveling a mysterious new threat that could wipe out what's left of humanity. Scavenging for supplies isn't just a task, it's a fight for survival, and every bullet feels like a treasure. The tight corridors create a tense atmosphere, while the rare moments you surface to the ruins above are hauntingly beautiful, yet terrifying. You'll face mutated beasts, rogue factions, and your own dwindling hope as you press forward. Combat is tactile and intense, with weapons that feel weighty and responsive in your virtual hands. The game demands strategy, making every encounter a pulse-pounding challenge. But the real magic lies in its single-player VR experience. Every flicker of a dying flashlight, every distant growl in the dark, and every shadow you glimpse from the corner of your eye feels so real, you'll forget you're standing in your living room. It's the kind of game that stays with you long after you pull off the headset, a masterclass in how VR can elevate storytelling and immersion.
Inbound on your location. Are you alright?
Oh, thank God for you. It just switched on. Anomaly detected. What the hell? Jack...
Lone Echo. Prepare to leave Earth behind and dive into the breathtakingly immersive world of Lone Echo. This VR masterpiece transports you to the zero-gravity expanse of deep space, where you play as Jack, a highly advanced service android aboard the Kronos 2 mining station. Alongside Captain Olivia Liv Rhodes, your mission starts out routine, but quickly spirals into a tense fight for survival when a mysterious anomaly threatens the station and its crew. The gameplay is a jaw-dropping showcase of what VR can achieve. Moving in zero gravity feels as intuitive as breathing. You'll push off walls, grab onto handholds, and glide through the station with effortless precision. The physics-based mechanics make every movement feel natural, whether you're fixing machinery or navigating debris fields in the vast, silent void of space. The puzzles are clever, requiring you to utilize both your environment and your futuristic tools, while the interactions with Liv create a deeply human connection, despite your robotic nature. The attention to detail, from the weightlessness of space to Liv's lifelike expressions, makes every moment feel alive. The bond between Jack and Liv is the heart of the story, pulling you in with witty banter, genuine camaraderie, and moments of raw vulnerability. It's a game that redefines what narrative-driven VR can achieve, creating a deeply personal, unforgettable journey that truly feels out of this world.
Calm down and don't touch any. Why would you do that? Oh, for the love of God, please stop this! Wait, are you having fun right now?
Hide the corpse. If you've ever wondered what it's like to be an accidental criminal in a comedy of errors, Hide the Corpse drops you right into that chaos. This darkly hilarious VR title starts with a bang, literally. One wrong move has left you with a very inconvenient body on your hands, and now it's up to you to clean up the mess before the cops, nosy neighbors, or wandering pets catch on. The environment is your playground, and everything you see can be used to cover your tracks. Stuff the body in a freezer, roll it up in a rug, or disguise it as a mannequin in the garage. Creativity is key. But here's the kicker. Time isn't on your side, and the game throws curveballs with random interruptions. Doorbells ring, alarms go off, and curious NPCs show up at the worst moments, making every second feel like a ticking time bomb. The AI adapts to your choices, keeping you on your toes and forcing you to think fast. In VR, it's both hysterical and heart-pounding. Every awkward grab or frantic action feels like a scene from a slapstick crime movie. You'll be sweating bullets trying to jam the corpse into a space that's clearly too small, all while glancing over your shoulder. It's a single-player roller coaster that turns panic into laughs and proves that sometimes getting away with it is half the fun.
Here we go.
Resident Evil 4 Remake. Capcom brought the remake to VR and made it feel like you're personally starring in the world's most terrifying action movie. This isn't just revisiting a classic, it's living it, with every terrifying moment and adrenaline-pumping encounter right in your face, literally. Who needs a flat screen when you can be dodging chainsaws in full 360-degree horror glory? The game throws you back into Leon Kennedy's boots, as he's tasked with rescuing the president's daughter from a creepy European village packed with cultists who seriously need better hobbies. The tension? Constant. The enemies? Relentless. From the moment you step into the village square, you'll feel your heart pounding as you fend off an angry mob, complete with pitchforks and the iconic nightmare-inducing chainsaw-wielding maniac. Every gunshot, reload, and melee attack feels visceral, like you're really fighting for your life. But let's talk about the VR magic. Holding a shotgun and actually aiming it yourself? Chef's kiss. Blocking attacks with a knife while you feel like a total action hero? Incredible. And when that chainsaw revs up, and you're physically ducking to avoid getting your head lopped off, it's pure chaos in the best way possible. Resident Evil 4 Remake in VR isn't just a game. It's an intense, wildly fun experience that makes you question why you ever thought Leon had it easy. Lies beneath. What do you get when you mix comic book horror, small-town creepiness, and a whole lot of nope? Lies Beneath, a VR survival horror game that feels like stepping into the pages of a graphic novel, only to realize the story wants to eat you alive. Equal parts eerie and exhilarating, this game hooks you with its unique style and keeps you white-knuckled all the way through. You play as May, a college student returning to her hometown of Slumber, Alaska. Yeah, nothing ominous about that name. Only to find the place overrun with terrifying creatures straight out of your darkest nightmares. Oh, and your dad's gone missing, so no pressure or anything. The story unravels in beautifully animated comic-style panels, blending seamlessly with the action, as you fight to survive and uncover the horrifying truth behind the madness. The gameplay is a deliciously tense mix of resource management, combat, and exploration. Weapons range from trusty shotguns to old-school tools like harpoons, giving you options for dealing with the grotesque enemies lurking in the shadows. But every encounter is a nerve-wracking decision. Do you fight, or save your precious ammo and just run? Add in an unsettling atmosphere with creepy ambient sounds and a haunting art style, and you've got a recipe for sleepless nights. From frantically reloading your weapon while a creature crawls toward you, to lighting a lantern in the pitch-dark woods, Lies Beneath makes every moment feel personal and terrifying. It's a solo horror experience you'll never forget, if your nerves can handle it.
Epsilon, do you copy? Epsilon, come in! Get out of there ASAP, now! Run!
Red Matter 1 and 2. Dive headfirst into a retro-futuristic Cold War-style sci-fi mystery with Red Matter, a VR gem that's as much about unraveling secrets as it is about dropping your jaw at the stunning visuals. You play as an agent of the Atlantic Union sent to investigate an abandoned Volgravian base on a distant moon. What starts as a simple espionage mission quickly spirals into a mind-bending journey through political intrigue, psychological twists, and the eerie feeling that you're never really alone. The gameplay revolves around exploration and environmental puzzles, making full use of VR's immersive nature. Equipped with a multi-purpose tool, you'll scan documents, decode messages, and manipulate machinery as you piece together what went horribly wrong at the base. The controls are intuitive, and every interaction feels satisfying, from turning dials to flipping switches. And don't get too comfortable. There's a creeping tension in the atmosphere that keeps you constantly on edge. The incredible attention to detail in the environments, combined with its otherworldly soundtrack, sucks you into its universe. The game's pacing is perfect for keeping you hooked, with every solved mystery leading to even more questions. It's like a sci-fi thriller that just happens to double as a VR masterclass.
You will grow stronger.
Asgard's Wrath 2. Strap on your headset and prepare to wield godly power in Asgard's Wrath 2, a VR epic that doesn't just raise the bar, it throws it into the stratosphere. This sequel takes the grandeur of Norse mythology, adds a hearty dose of jaw-dropping visuals, and wraps it in gameplay so deep you'll wonder if your headset just became a portal to another realm. You return as the mysterious god of animals, but this time, the stakes are higher, the enemies are nastier, and the adventure spans across multiple worlds, including realms beyond the Norse pantheon. The story weaves an intricate tale of betrayal, power, and redemption, with larger-than-life characters, both mortal and divine. pulling you into the drama. It's not just a game, it's a sprawling narrative with twists that'll keep you hooked. You'll switch between godly and mortal perspectives, solving puzzles, battling hordes of enemies, and forming alliances with NPCs. Combat is visceral and fluid, with melee weapons that make you feel every swing and ranged attacks that demand precision. Plus, the animal companions from the first game are back, and they're cooler than ever, each bringing unique abilities to the table. In VR, the sheer scale of the environments, from towering temples to lush forests, is awe-inspiring. Every interaction, whether it's pulling a lever or hurling a hammer, feels tactile and satisfying. Saber. Imagine wielding a pair of glowing lightsabers and slashing through blocks flying toward you, all perfectly synced to an adrenaline-pumping soundtrack. Yeah, it's as awesome as it sounds. The premise is simple but wildly addictive. You match the direction of your saber swings to hit color-coded blocks in time with the music. But don't let the simplicity fool you. With increasing difficulty levels, obstacle walls to dodge, and mind-bending patterns to conquer, this game transforms into a full-blown workout for your reflexes, arms, and brain. Whether you're casually vibing to some beats or chasing perfect scores, every session feels electrifying. It's easy for anyone to pick up and play, but mastering it? That's a whole different story. The playlists are packed with bangers across multiple genres, and custom tracks from the community mean there's always something fresh to slice to. Plus, the immersive visuals, with neon lights and pulsating backdrops, make you feel like you've stepped into a futuristic music festival. In VR, Beat Saber is pure joy. It's the kind of game you play just one more song for hours, feeling like a rockstar ninja while burning calories without even realizing it. If you haven't played this yet, what are you even doing with your headset?
Fight back! It's the freaking bat!
We aren't afraid of you!
The bat dies tonight!
Batman Arkham Shadow. Slip on the cowl, step into the shadows, and become the Dark Knight himself in Batman Arkham Shadow, a VR experience that makes you feel like Gotham's greatest detective. This isn't just another superhero game. It's a fully immersive dive into Batman's world, where every shadow holds a secret, and every encounter demands your wit, skill, and a whole lot of grappling hook action. The story picks up in a Gotham spiraling further into chaos. A mysterious new villain has unleashed a wave of terror, and it's up to you to uncover their identity while dismantling a dangerous criminal network. But this time, you're not just punching goons. You're solving intricate puzzles, analyzing clues in the Batcave, and using all the iconic gadgets from batarangs to the Batclaw. The game balances detective work, stealth, and combat beautifully, keeping you constantly engaged. From standing on the ledge of Wayne Tower, overlooking the city as rain falls around you, to stepping into a dimly lit alley with tension crackling in the air, every moment feels cinematic. The tactile interactions, like physically throwing a batarang or examining evidence with Batman's scanner, pull you into the role like never before. And when you're sneaking through the shadows or facing off against a terrifying villain face to face, it's impossible not to feel the thrill. Vertigo 2. With this next one, you will step into a mind-bending sci-fi adventure with Vertigo 2, a VR journey that's equal parts quirky, thrilling, and downright unforgettable. If you've ever wanted a mix of interdimensional weirdness, exhilarating combat, and a narrative full of surprises, this is the game for you. It's like stepping into a fever dream, but with ray guns and robots. You play as an ordinary lab technician, thrust into extraordinary chaos when a teleportation mishap launches you into an alternate dimension. The story is packed with twists, hilarious moments, and just enough existential dread to keep you hooked. As you try to find your way home, you'll encounter everything from eccentric AI companions to massive otherworldly creatures that look like they came straight out of a sci-fi nightmare. The combat is dynamic and engaging, with an arsenal of creative weapons that make every encounter a blast, literally. Whether you're dodging incoming fire, solving clever environmental puzzles, or navigating sprawling alien landscapes, Vertigo 2 keeps things fresh at every turn. Every environment feels alive, packed with secrets and stunning visuals that demand you stop and take it all in. The humor and charm sprinkled throughout make it more than just another sci-fi shooter. It's a personal, immersive adventure that feels one of a kind.
Last resort.
Welcome to Grimlord, where you're not just battling through a dark, twisted fantasy world. You're doing it with style, sweat, and some serious medieval swagger. This VR action RPG throws you into a realm filled with deadly enemies, towering bosses, and enough sword-swinging action to leave your arms sore for days. Forget about button mashing. This is hands-on combat where every swing, parry, and dodge feels like it's straight out of a knightly epic. The story? You're a lone warrior caught in the middle of an apocalyptic struggle, tasked with carving your way through a grim and gritty world to uncover its secrets. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. The land is crawling with monsters that want nothing more than to turn you into a medieval pancake. And then there are the massive bosses, hulking monstrosities that will have you questioning all your life choices as you desperately block their attacks with your puny little shield. The combat system is incredibly immersive, with every weapon, swords, maces, spears, having its own weight and feel. You'll need to time your swings, block at just the right moment, and outmaneuver your enemies to stay alive. The world is packed with secrets, and exploring its eerie landscapes feels like stepping into a dark fantasy novel. You'll find yourself dodging blows, ducking arrows, and physically swinging your weapon like a true warrior. It's intense, it's challenging, and it's ridiculously fun. If you've ever wanted to live out your medieval fantasy with a side of chaos, Grimlord has got you covered. Assassin's Creed Nexus. This is a fully immersive VR adventure where you become the master of parkour, stealth, and all things stabby. Ubisoft didn't hold back. They made sure Nexus feels like a love letter to fans and a jaw-dropping VR experience all in one. The story pulls you across multiple timelines, letting you step into the boots of legendary assassins like Ezio, Connor, and Cassandra. Each mission is packed with intrigue, betrayal, and of course targets that need retiring. Whether you're sneaking through rooftops in Renaissance Italy or stalking prey in ancient Greece, the sense of historical immersion is off the charts. Gameplay in Nexus takes everything you love about the series and adapts it beautifully to VR. Climbing? You'll feel your arms burn as you scale towers. Stealth? Duck behind real-world furniture while avoiding guards. Combat? It's a thrilling mix of dodging, parrying, and delivering satisfying counterkills with hidden blades. The parkour mechanics feel intuitive and fluid, so leaping from rooftops has never felt so exhilarating or terrifying. Every assassination feels personal, every leap of faith is a heart-stopping moment, and every interaction pulls you deeper into its beautifully crafted worlds. I am Cat. Ever dreamed of living life as a whiskered, furry little chaos machine? I Am Cat lets you step into the paws of a mischievous feline and experience the world from a cat's eye view, complete with parkour-like agility and the undeniable urge to knock everything off the nearest surface. It's an immersive feline adventure where curiosity definitely doesn't kill the cat. It just makes things hilariously chaotic. The plot? You're not just any cat. You're a special kitty on a mission to unravel a mysterious conspiracy involving your human's sudden disappearance. Along the way, you'll navigate a sprawling, beautifully detailed world filled with puzzles, enemies, watch out for those doggos, and plenty of opportunities to make your mark. By scratching furniture, obviously. Your cat instincts aren't just for fun. They're key to solving problems and sneaking through areas humans can't reach. Climb bookshelves, leap across rooftops, and knock over priceless objects just because you can. Your cat senses allow you to detect hidden objects and navigate tricky environments, while your claws and quick reflexes come in handy during the occasional scrap with enemies. You'll feel the joy of curling up in a sunbeam, the thrill of a high-stakes rooftop chase, and the satisfaction of tipping over an entire stack of plates just for the drama. I Am Cat is perfect for anyone who's ever looked at their cat and thought, yeah, I'd totally want to trade places.
Who has access to?
Death comes for us all. Every sinner, every saint.
Good luck to you, tourists.
The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners 2. If you thought surviving the zombie apocalypse in VR couldn't get any more intense, Saints and Sinners 2 Retribution is here to prove you wrong. This sequel cranks up the chaos, plunging you back into the gritty, undead-filled streets of New Orleans, where every choice you make could mean the difference between life and becoming Walker Chow. The story picks up right where the first game left off, as you step back into the shoes of the tourist. This time, the stakes are higher, the enemies deadlier, and the city even more dangerous. A mysterious new faction known as the Axeman has emerged, bringing with it a terrifying human foe to contend with alongside the ever-present walker hordes. The narrative is packed with moral dilemmas, alliances to forge or betray, and plenty of moments that'll leave you questioning your survival instincts. The sequel introduces new weapons and tools. Hello Chainsaw, making every encounter as satisfying as it is nerve-wracking. Scavenging and crafting return, forcing you to explore the dangerous world while managing resources carefully. The weighty feel of the weapons, the eerie atmosphere of the flooded ruins, and the adrenaline rush of narrowly escaping a walker swarm make it a standout solo experience.
One bullet can change the course of a war.
Sniper Elite VR. Lock, load, and step into the boots of a World War II marksman in Sniper Elite VR, where every headshot feels like a masterpiece and every mission puts you deep behind enemy lines. This isn't just another shooter, it's an immersive sniping simulator that lets you live out all your sharpshooting fantasies while dodging Nazi patrols and causing chaos in beautifully rendered battlefields. The story puts you in the role of an Italian resistance fighter recounting his war-torn past. Through flashbacks, you'll relive key moments in the fight against the Axis, taking on missions that range from stealth infiltrations to all-out firefights. It's personal, gritty, and packed with just the right amount of cinematic flair to keep you invested in your role as a lone wolf taking on an entire army. Gameplay? Oh, it's deliciously satisfying. Sniping in VR feels incredible, with authentic weapon handling that lets you physically chamber rounds, adjust your scope, and even control your breathing for that perfect shot. Every kill is rewarded with the series' iconic X-ray kill cam, now rendered in glorious VR detail, because nothing says victory like watching a bullet shatter an enemy's femur in slow motion. Add in grenades, SMGs, and the freedom to approach objectives your way, and you've got a war game that never gets old. Mossbook 1 and 2. Mossbook 1 is a VR adventure that's as heartwarming as it is enchanting. You'll meet Quill, an adorable mouse heroine with big dreams and an even bigger heart. As the reader, you guide her through a beautifully crafted storybook world filled with danger, puzzles, and unforgettable moments of bravery. The game combines third-person platforming with a unique interactive twist. While Quill navigates the lush environments, you, the reader, can manipulate the world to help her solve puzzles, unlock pathways, and take on enemies. The bond you form with Quill is the real star here. She acknowledges your presence with nods, gestures, and even little fist bumps, making it feel like you're truly part of her world. The story is a magical tale of courage and friendship, as Quill embarks on a journey to save her uncle and confront an ancient evil. With stunning visuals and a narrator who feels like she's reading you a bedtime story, Moss captures the essence of an epic fable brought to life in VR. Quill's journey continues in Mossbook 2, and this time, the stakes, and the magic, are even greater. Picking up where the first game left off, Quill faces new enemies, uncovers deeper mysteries, and wields powerful new abilities, all while you, the reader, continue to guide and protect her. The gameplay expands on the original with more complex puzzles, dynamic combat, and new tools for both Quill and you to master. You'll interact with the environment in even more creative ways, from wielding magical abilities to creating pathways for Quill. The deeper connection between you and Quill evolves as the story unfolds, making every moment feel personal and impactful. These are experiences you'll want to relive again and again. Synth Riders. Imagine surfing through neon tunnels while dodging obstacles, hitting targets, and absolutely nailing your favorite beats. It's the perfect mix of cardio, choreography, and pure, unfiltered fun that keeps you coming back for just one more song. The gameplay is simple yet endlessly satisfying. Colored notes fly at you in sync with the music, and your job is to hit them with your glowing orbs. Think air drumming meets dancing. But it's not just about hitting the notes. You'll slide along rails, dodge walls, and groove to the rhythm as the game pushes you to move your whole body. Whether you're aiming for a high score or just having fun, every track feels like a personal performance. The soundtrack is a vibe, featuring everything from electronic beats to synthwave bangers and even rock anthems. And with custom tracks available, the playlist never runs dry. Plus, the multiplayer mode lets you compete with friends. But the solo experience is where it truly shines, as you lose yourself in the music and neon visuals. It's one of those games that leaves you sweaty, smiling, and ready to do it all over again. Ancient Dungeon. Ever wondered what it'd feel like to dive headfirst into a pixelated, procedurally generated dungeon with nothing but your wits, weapons, and sheer determination? Ancient Dungeon takes that classic dungeon crawling vibe you love and cranks it up with immersive VR action that puts you right in the middle of the chaos. It's like old-school roguelike meets cutting-edge VR, and it's an absolute blast. The premise is straightforward. You're an adventurer exploring the depths of an ever-changing dungeon, teeming with enemies, traps, and secrets. But don't let the simplicity fool you. This dungeon is no joke. Every corner holds a new surprise, whether it's a hidden treasure room, a deadly trap, or a horde of enemies ready to ruin your day. Oh, and did we mention the bosses? Yeah, good luck with those. You'll wield swords, axes, and even throwing knives, all with incredibly tactile controls that make every swing and parry feel satisfying. As you progress, you'll discover upgrades, potions, and powerful artifacts that can turn the tide of battle, if you're lucky enough to survive long enough to use them. And when you inevitably bite the dust, don't worry, the dungeon reshuffles itself for a fresh challenge every time. From dodging arrows to slicing through skeletons, every moment is thrilling, immersive, and ridiculously fun. If you're looking for a solo VR game that's endlessly replayable and packed with surprises, this is it.
One of the guys is a dog. Who is a good boy? Good dog, buddy!
Arizona Sunshine 2. This sequel doesn't just drop you back into the undead chaos. It gives you more weapons, better combat, and wait for it, a dog. That's right, your trusty canine companion Buddy joins you for the ride, proving that even in a world gone to hell, man's best friend has your back. The story follows your journey through the sun-scorched ruins of Arizona, battling relentless zombie hordes while trying to find answers, and maybe a little hope, in a world that seems fresh out of both. The narrative takes a more personal turn this time, with Buddy by your side. Whether he's sniffing out supplies, helping you out of a sticky situation, or just being the good boy you never knew you needed, Buddy adds a layer of heart to the apocalypse that hits surprisingly hard. Combat is grittier and more immersive than ever. Guns, melee weapons, and even improvised tools feel heavy, real, and ridiculously satisfying to use against the undead masses. The game's smarter AI and diverse zombie types mean you'll need to stay sharp, whether you're clearing out a rickety trailer park or sneaking through an eerily quiet canyon.
Eyes peeled. We gotta find this guy.
See you.
Come on, back up now!
Espire 1 VR Operative. Espire 1 VR Operative is here to make all your spy fantasies come true, minus the tuxedo. This VR stealth action game turns you into the ultimate covert operative, blending tactical gameplay with immersive VR mechanics that'll make you feel like a super spy straight out of a blockbuster. The story places you in the role of a cutting-edge Espire operative, piloting a humanoid drone to carry out dangerous missions. When a rogue faction seizes control of your base, it's up to you to infiltrate enemy strongholds, gather intel, and neutralize threats, all while staying undetected. The narrative is solid, but let's be real. The real thrill comes from sneaking around like a VR ninja. Gameplay focuses on stealth, with an arsenal of gadgets and tools to help you outsmart enemies. You'll crawl through vents, climb walls, disable cameras, and use your trusty tranquilizer pistol to take down guards silently. But if stealth fails, you can always go full action hero, because nothing says operative like a last-minute firefight. The controls are intuitive, letting you move and interact naturally, whether you're peeking around corners or picking up enemy weapons.
She was looking around in her bag, said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. I loved my wife. That's the truth.
LA Noire, the VR case files. Put on your fedora and step into the gritty, noir-soaked streets of 1940s Los Angeles in LA. Noire, the VR case files. This isn't just a game. It's a time machine that drops you right into a hard-boiled detective story full of crime, corruption, and intrigue. Rockstar Games has taken their classic crime-solving masterpiece and rebuilt it for VR, letting you live out your detective dreams in stunning detail. You play as Cole Phelps, a former Marine turned LAPD detective, climbing the ranks from traffic cop to the prestigious homicide desk. Each case is a standalone mystery, filled with twists, turns, and plenty of shady characters. From investigating grisly crime scenes to interrogating suspects, every aspect of the detective life is here, and it's all elevated by the immersive power of VR. Searching crime scenes feels tactile as you pick up and examine clues, while interrogations are intense as you read facial expressions to decide whether someone is lying through their teeth. And let's not forget the action-packed moments. Chasing down perps and engaging in shootouts feel incredibly real when you're dodging bullets and taking cover in your own living room. The period-accurate setting comes alive with incredible detail, and the hands-on mechanics make you feel like you're solving cases for real. Whether you're piecing together a crime scene or slapping cuffs on a suspect, it's an unforgettable solo detective experience that's as immersive as it is entertaining. And there you have it, 25 of the most mind-blowing, heart-pounding, and soul-stirring VR games that prove single-player adventures are far from lonely. Whether you've fought epic battles, solved impossible puzzles, or just vibed in a tranquil virtual paradise, these games remind us why VR is the future of gaming. If your wish list isn't bursting at the seams yet, rewind and watch again. Because trust us, these experiences are worth every second. Got a favorite VR game we missed? Drop it in the comments so we can keep the conversation going. Now don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow gamers, and smash that subscribe button for more top-tier content. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, keep playing, keep exploring, and keep chasing those 10/10 moments in VR. Until next time, peace out.
One of the guys is a dog. Who is a good boy?